Do you know what success looks like and feels like for you? Well, a little over 1 week ago, I found myself sitting in the lobby of a hospital experiencing an overwhelming feeling of success. Very early that morning, my aunt was taken to the hospital somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 a.m. And later on that same morning, she was transferred to the hospital associated, with her regular doctor's office. So when she was transferred, I was able to pack up my computer and all the things I needed for work and drive my dad to the hospital, and help him navigate where he needed to be so that he could be there with my aunt. And then I was also able, to do that so that I could drive him home at night since he is not really comfortable driving at night outside of his, regular areas. So once I got him where, he needed to be, I found a spot in the lobby where I could work and be available if he needed anything, or anyone needed any help. And also to let other family that was coming by, let them know where to go, where my aunt was. The feeling of success that washed over me did not have a single thing to do with money. It came when I realized that I have successfully become the person who has achieved and manifested the benchmark of success that I created a while back of having the time and location freedom that I envisioned several years ago. That was my dream several years ago. And when I was dreaming and envisioning having this time and space and location freedom that I now have, my reality looked much different. It looked like, or what I was experiencing then was having someone else, AKA my employer, controlling my schedule. I felt like I could only live my life on the weekends because my work week involved having an unpredictable schedule and a lot of driving all over Southern and up into Central California. The change in my circumstances did not come from me quitting my job yet, because I still work for the same employer, just in a different capacity. The changes came by me taking steps that I could to move in the direction I wanted. This looked like defining and establishing boundaries, then identifying what success meant to me. But most importantly, deciding on how I wanted to feel. Free. That's how I wanted to feel. And then using that feeling of freedom to help me start showing up as the person who already had it. And then using the feeling of freedom also as my intention and my guide for making decisions. So little by little, doing this attracted the opportunities and created the circumstances that allowed me to shift the reality I had been living towards the one I desired and am now living. So experiencing this feeling of success and celebrating the manifestation of having time and location freedom also made me realize that I am not fully taking advantage of what I have. I do take my dad and we go hang out at my brother's house a couple of times a month. And I have stayed at my brother's house to house and dog sit when he and my sister-in-law go out of town. And so it made me see that even though I have this freedom available to me to go other places, I'm not fully taking advantage of it. I usually only take advantage of it, in the form of helping someone else or doing something for someone else, or maybe when attending co-working sessions, with friends. These are all great. They're fabulous. And I can also lean into it so much more which, by the way, is how I can also attract and amplify more of what I have now. So I started thinking about ways that I can more fully enjoy and take advantage of this freedom I have to work from anywhere. The first thing that came to mind was coffee. If you know me, that's not a surprise. There are so many coffee shops, cafes, and restaurants that I can explore and go work from. The variety is endless, from the well-known and very easy to find Starbucks to smaller chains to trendy spots to cozy hole-in-the-wall neighborhood spots. I was also reminded of libraries because I had to renew my library card and how there are so many of those that I can explore and go work from as well. So I will be intentionally looking for and going to various coffee spots or libraries at least one day per week. I started with coffee, so I was thinking maybe these could be my coffee adventures or something along those lines. I also realized that my higher self has definitely been nudging me to do this because in the couple weeks before my aunt's trip to the hospital, I went to a local Starbucks to work. The reason I did then was because I found myself feeling restless and very easily distracted at home when I was trying to get some work done. So, with this being said, with my story, is there any area of your life that you want to change? Or maybe, like I do currently, you want to amplify and get more of what you currently have? We are currently in the third quarter moon phase of both the current lunar cycle and of the year, the calendar year, as this is the last quarter of the year. This final quarter phase is the time to dream of and imagine how you want to feel and how manifesting that feeling can play out in your life, right? So, what can you dream about and imagine for yourself for the Scorpio new moon, which we have coming up next week, and for the next calendar year? If you're looking for some ideas or would like to chat about it, be sure to head over to the Moon Manifesting Rockstars Facebook group or my Blue Moon Manifestations YouTube channel for the next new moon live chat. I do them every month for the new moon and also for the full moon. And currently I have it on the calendar for Tuesday, November 14th, and I will confirm if that date will stick later on this week. And that's simply because of the aforementioned hospital visit and situation that has not fully resolved, but it's getting close. So I would love to hear either in the comments or you can email me at vision, VISION, at bluemoonmanifestations.com. What you're dreaming about, what dreams or what feeling you want to lean into and dream up how that can play out in your life. I'd love to hear. You can also share in the group and any way that, that resonates with you. So thanks, guys. I will see you next week.